everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am very excited to be sharing today's video because it's something that has been very highly requested on my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram. I get asked a lot about what exactly I did to bounce back so quickly after my pregnancy. I really don't like using that term, but for lack of better words, a lot of you guys just want to know how I managed to get a flat tummy so fast after I had Ari, and not only that, but how I tightened my loose skin in that area and got rid of the mommy pooch, if you will. So I'm going to be sharing with you all of my secrets and tips and tricks and any knowledge that I have from my personal experience. I'm going to be sharing with you in this video. So I really hope that you guys will find it helpful. And if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, you can always leave them for me in the comments. I'm always reading my comments and trying to answer as many of them as I possibly can, and I would be more than happy to do that for you. Before I hop into the video, I quickly wanted to ask if you could give this video a thumbs up if you like what you are seeing, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out and allows me to continue to do what I do here over on YouTube. And I would also really love if you would follow me on Instagram, especially if you are looking for outfit ideas or inspiration and you want to see more like behind the scenes of my day-to-day. I share a lot of mommy tips and tricks for my fellow mamas, so it means so much to me if you'd follow me over there. And with that being said, I'm just going to hop right in. So since Ari was born, I made a couple of videos talking about my postpartum weight loss journey and things that I did to help get back into shape after having a baby. So one of the things that I mentioned in those videos is using a belly band immediately after getting out of the hospital. This is something that my mom told me about. She is a personal fitness trainer and she actually specializes in fitness training for women who are pre and postnatal. She is a wealth of knowledge and I always go to her for any advice when it comes to fitness and nutrition because she just knows so much. And by the way, if you guys are interested in a very experienced and knowledgeable personal trainer, I'm going to leave her information in the description box down below. She does in-home training, and also because of the current global situation that we are all dealing with, she also does Zoom and FaceTime workouts. So I just wanted to share that because I think she's incredible and she is just so good at her job. We also filmed a prenatal workout back when I was pregnant that you guys really seem to love. So I will link that in my description box below as well for any of you who are interested. Okay, I really got off topic here. I was talking about the belly band. So my mom told me about this belly band and I started to do my research looking into whether or not this product is a gimmick, and through my research I discovered that wearing a belly band right after having a baby really helps your body kind of get all of its organs and muscles back into the place that they were before you got pregnant. So if you understand the human anatomy, it makes it a lot easier to understand why a belly band is so effective. So basically you have all of these organs and they're being protected by muscle tissue, and these muscles are known as your abdominal muscles. The thing with these abdominal muscles that a lot of us don't know is that they're basically not interconnected like this. The abdominal muscles are more like this. So there is like a little gap in between these muscles, and Mother Nature has designed us like this because for us women who are able to carry a baby and get pregnant, these muscles separate like this to allow space for the baby and the uterus to grow. And in that process of the muscle separation, all of your organs and everything also get shifted around when you're pregnant, and then when you have the baby, everything is kind of just suspended, if you will. There's no better way of kind of describing it, but it takes a lot of time for everything to come back to where it was before you got pregnant. And a lot of the time what happens is these muscles don't fully come together. And when they don't fully come together and there is a gap in between, this is called diastasis recti. So a lot of women have this and they don't know that they have this, and they just think that they have a mommy pouch, when in fact it is just a separation of the muscles that they need to work on getting back together. So the belly band works on making sure that your muscles come back together to the same position as they were before you got pregnant, and also helps for all the organs to go back into their place. The belly band that I got was one off of Amazon, and it had 3 stages. So it had one that was not as tight, that you would wear immediately after coming out of the hospital. And then there was one that was kind of like medium coverage. Then there was one that covered your entire torso, basically from the bottom of your bust to your pelvic area. I personally really liked that it came in 3 stages, because if you've ever worn a belly band before, it is very uncomfortable, especially when you have to wear it all day long, which I did. The moment I woke up, I put it on, and the moment I went to sleep, I removed it. A lot of women like to sleep in it as well. I personally could not sleep in it because it's just really, really uncomfortable. So because it went in these 3 stages, I was able to give my body time to adjust. And a lot of you actually purchased this belly band after my recommendations and really loved it as well. I don't really have any complaints about it, and I did wear it. I'm pretty sure I wore it every single day for the first month for sure postpartum, and I wore it up until I was allowed to start working out, which is at 7 weeks postpartum. So if you guys are interested in checking out the specific belly band that I used, I'll also link that down below for you guys to check out if you're interested. And yeah, so I really think that alone has made such a huge difference in helping my muscles kind of come back together and helping my body kind of recuperate from being pregnant for 9 months and going through the birthing process a lot faster. Another thing that I did after getting out of the hospital, and also up until the 6-week or 7-week postpartum mark, was daily tummy massages. I cannot tell you how important it is to make sure that you massage that area really, really well. It gets all of the fluids out. It helps with inflammation. It helps with your muscle recovery. There are just so many incredible benefits from massaging your tummy, and there's a proper way to do that. So I will link either a video or an article about how to properly do a tummy massage on yourself postpartum to help your muscles and everything just kind of come back together. It also helps with collagen and elastin production, which helps tighten the skin. So for those of you who maybe have a lot of loose skin left over from having a baby, massaging your tummy on a daily basis is going to make such a big difference. Another amazing tip that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's something that I do every single day, even now that I am not pregnant, because I honestly see and feel such a huge difference from doing it, and that is taking collagen every single day. I've mentioned this in many of my videos before, so this is nothing new in my life, but when I was pregnant and especially in the postpartum recovery, I honestly believe that taking collagen on a daily basis really helps with the skin's elasticity. It also helps your body to produce more collagen. It's amazing for your skin, hair, and nails, and it is an overall incredible supplement that I think everyone should add into their daily regimen. The only thing that I would advise is to make sure that you are taking a collagen supplement that is clean and doesn't have any additives in there or preservatives that that you don't need. So I wanted to recommend a couple of brands that I personally love and use and trust. One of them is Organika. I really love this one and I've been using it for years, and it doesn't have a weird taste or anything. It's really easy to take. It dilutes really well in water. And the other one that I love is by Vital Proteins, which is another brand that I have been using for years and I could really highly recommend. So my personal favorite way of taking my collagen supplement is first thing in the morning, and I usually mix in 2 teaspoons into yogurt. That's the way that I have been taking it every single day for a very, very long time. Sometimes I'll have my yogurt bowl in the morning, sometimes I will have it a little bit later in the morning, but this is a staple in my routine, and I honestly really think that it has helped me with the overall recovery of getting back to my pre-pregnancy form. The next thing that hands down has probably made one of the biggest differences in my postpartum recovery is exercise. And it's not just any kind of exercise, more specifically, any exercises that help you build muscle. Building muscle mass helps reduce the appearance of loose skin. It also helps with the elasticity of your skin, and it just makes your skin look tighter and more smooth, which for a lot of us women after going through pregnancy is probably something that you are looking for. So I cannot recommend muscle building exercises more. There are so many different ways that you can go about this. And I'm not talking about going to the gym and lifting weights to build muscle. That's actually not the kind of exercise that I personally like to do for my body shape and for my personal preferences. I like more low intensity, low resistance exercises that are very impactful. And my personal favorite type of exercise are body weight exercises such as Pilates, and also doing a lot of body weight work on your own, like squats and lunges and plie squats. For my body type, I feel like those have always been the most effective in not only helping me achieve tighter, smoother looking skin, but also achieving those long, lean lines. I personally just don't like when I look too muscular. So that's why I swear by low impact, low weight, low resistance exercises that are really, really impactful. And if you guys are looking for a really good workout that you can do at home that involves body weight exercises, I've mentioned Melissa Woodhealth in many of my videos before. I genuinely love her workouts and see such a huge difference whenever I use them. So that is one place that you can go to for amazing workouts. And there's so many incredible workouts also on YouTube that you can watch for free. I will leave their name either across the screen or linked in my description box down below if you want to check them out. But my point is, there is so many amazing resources right at your fingertips, and the best part is you don't need a gym to do these exercises, which is the main reason, one of the main reasons that I love these exercises so much. And since we're on the topic of exercises, I wanted to quickly mention that for anyone who just had a baby, there are certain exercises that you want to avoid, because if you do these exercises and you have something such as diastasis recti, then you can actually make that condition even worse. One of those exercises are planks, and the reason for this is because when you are balancing either on your hands or your forearms, gravity is pushing all of your organs through that muscle separation in your abdominal muscles, and it's going to spread the gap even wider, and it's going to be really, really difficult to repair after that. So it's really important that if you just had a baby, you want to avoid planking until you feel like you have regained stability of your core and the strength in your core. And there is actually a test that you can do on yourself to diagnose yourself with diastasis recti. So when you feel like that separation is an inch or less wide, then usually at that point you can resume with planking. Another exercise that you want to avoid if you just had a baby are sit-ups and crunches. And the reason why you want to avoid these exercises is because, again, you can worsen your condition of diastasis recti if you have it. And the other reason is because after you had a baby, women have this hormone, or a lot more of this hormone, called relaxin. And depending on whether you are breastfeeding or not, this hormone can stay in your system for up to 12 months after having a baby. And what this hormone does is basically make your muscles a lot more relaxed, as the hormone would suggest by its name. And the problem with this is if you're doing anything too strenuous and you already have something like diastasis recti, it can actually make you a lot more prone to injury. So that's why you want to avoid sit-ups and crunches until, again, you have regained stability and strength in your core. So for that, again, you would want to do the diastasis recti test just to make sure that you are good to go. The next thing that I want to suggest for helping you tighten your loose skin post-pregnancy is to drink a lot of water. Now, I know this sounds so simple and it might sound very gimmicky, but water is so essential. I personally drink a lot of water during the day, probably 5 or 6 liters a day, because I'm still breastfeeding, so it really helps with my milk production. But water is also essential for drawing vitamins and minerals in and out of your cells, and it also helps to plump up the skin and smooth out the skin, and it helps with facilitating elastin and collagen production. So you're going to get that hydrated, smooth, youthful look from within, and it definitely helps everything bounce back a lot faster. So make sure you drink a lot of water, space it out throughout the day, of course, to avoid water intoxication. I usually drink about 1 liter of water every 2 hours or so. So just do what feels right for you. I know that drinking a lot of water is difficult for a lot of people, so you can spice it up to make it a little bit easier for you by putting fruit in there, or maybe squeezing some lemon in there, just to make it a little bit fun. A lot of people also can only drink water if it has ice in it, so do whatever you can to make it easier for you to drink water, because I cannot tell you how important it is to drink a lot of water. Another super important component for helping you tighten your skin, especially after having a baby, is making sure that you get enough protein every single day. I try to have some kind of a protein source with every one of my meals. So usually in the morning, I will always have at least 1 egg, and another one of my protein sources is a bowl of yogurt, like I mentioned. I usually have coconut yogurt, which doesn't have as much protein as milk-based yogurt. So I also add a scoop of vegan protein powder, and my personal favorite is by Sunwarrior. It's a plant-based protein blend. I think it has pea protein, hemp protein, and all of these other incredible plant-based proteins blended into it. Everything is organic and it just tastes so good. It's just a pleasure to eat. If you're not about eating yogurt bowls, you can also use the protein powder in a smoothie. And for lunch, I will usually have like protein pancakes or maybe a salad with some kind of a protein source. And at nighttime, I usually have either chicken or fish or seafood, and once a week I will have beef. Now, this is, of course, my preference. I completely understand that everybody has their own dietary preferences and restrictions, so you do whatever it is you need to do to accommodate those preferences and restrictions. But just keep in mind that making sure you have some kind of a protein source with every meal will really help you with postpartum recovery and getting your skin tighter and smoother. And another nutrient that is so important with muscle recovery and making sure that your skin is smooth and tight is unsaturated fats. Now that sounds so controversial because you're trying to achieve tighter, smoother looking skin, and then I'm telling you to eat fat. But there is such thing as a good fat and a bad fat. And the fats that I'm talking about are good fats, such as oils like avocado oil, coconut oil. Avocados are an incredible source of unsaturated fat. Fish, nuts and seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. There are so many incredible sources of unsaturated fats that your body needs, not only to function optimally, but also for digestion, for your hair, skin, and nails. And it does wonders for your skin, and especially if you have dry skin like me, eating a diet that is high in unsaturated fats will honestly make such a huge difference in the overall dryness of your skin. When I started incorporating unsaturated fats into my diet a lot more, I noticed that my skin was a lot less dry. It was a lot more manageable, especially in the colder months. And it also helps with elasticity, and it helps make your muscles and your skin in general look a lot smoother and tighter. So there are so many incredible benefits to eating a diet high in unsaturated fats. And if you are breastfeeding, it's also really good for your baby. All right, you guys, so that wraps up today's video. I really hope that you found this information helpful and useful. Again, if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, please feel free to leave them for me in the comments below, and I'm gonna do my best to answer them. As always, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next one.